Okay, let's get this weird experiment going, shall we? Let's get the footage going. This is a train set that I got for Christmas. It is old. I cannot remember exactly when the Triangle Hornby days were, but it is old. But it is complete. And, as you'll see when it is unboxed, which I struggle with, I am an idiot. Behold, I try and open the wrong end. I remember this crappy footage is pre-recorded. It's so awkward. Yay. God, watching me fumble with the packaging, and let's... Yeah, I fumbled the packaging for way too long. This is just awkward. It is all there. I promise, it is all there. It'll be out. It'll be out. We are going to cut. Now it is open. We are going to cut to it being serviced. All out on the table, neatly organised. Look, the locomotive. Blue. But does it work? Well, lock it in. Twist the key. Only two turns. Don't want to give it too much. Just want to see if it works. Let it and release. It works. Congratulations. I have a working train set now. Just wait for it to do its thing. You always want to let them run dry. You never want to keep energy trapped in the spring long term. It just isn't good for them. So that's why I always like to give them a little wiggle afterwards, just to take the last energy out of the spring. And of course, I also got this one for Christmas, so not in a set on its own, and a bit more the peg that you attach the key to is a bit more chewed up. But it does, like the little card from Rails of Sheffield says, work. It doesn't work as well. I have 4 of these now, and it makes a bit of a different noise. But yes, that is... again, wipe it out. Now, we need service, which means we need oil. Behold. This takes me way too long, I know. Oil. See, this is where if I could be able to cut clips, cut them down, I could do something, but no. You oil any part that moves, that doesn't need contact. So, basically on these axles, the connecting rod pins, and where the connecting rods rub against the plastic body shell. That's it. That's all you ever need to oil on these. They're really simple. The Clockwork mechanisms, I've never needed to oil one of those, but if you can hear it grinding or screeching, probably a good idea to actually to oil those, but I've never needed to yet. I don't really want to interfere with delicate clockwork. This isn't some modern shite. It doesn't really like... Clockwork's a delicate, very, very, very delicate machined mechanical part. And same process to the next. For the locomotive, why did I film this? I feel like a fool. I think I filmed both so I could just use them as both as an example, and then just use the one that looked better. But here we are, no editing software. I'm not downloading software for something I'll do once in a blue moon with crap cameras. I think actually that's too often once in a blue moon. This is probably more once every decade, probably. Probably not doing this again. And again, wagons do need servicing, even these special lightweight Clockwork ones. And wagons are really simple. It's the axles at the bearings where they actually rub against things, the coupling hooks, and that is it. That's all you need to do with them. But when oiling, as you see here, if you get a little drop on it, wipe it off. You don't want excess oil. You rub off any used oil. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe for plastics and metal. Now, yeah, this wagon rolled really freely before, so I don't know why I was doing that. But you want to, again, move the wheels, get the oil in. Now we go into another wagon and repeat until all of them are serviced. I couldn't be bothered to show this. So, down onto the layout that it came with, of course. And the way the crossing works is actually really nice, as you push the 2 plates at the side together, the little board in the middle actually clips into them to secure them. It's a really nice feature, and one thing I can say is I think this is Super 4 track. It is first radius, that's why it's so tight. But Super 4 track's actually quite nice, because the sleeper spacings look better. And considering how old this is, actually not rusty. I'm surprised how not rusty it is, actually. Very strange thing. And yes, I do not know. Do not ask why. I don't know why it actually pulls better on the corners. I don't, because you can see it slow down, and then speed up, and then slow down, and speed up when it reaches the other super tight corner. Normally things struggle with first radius, and then it's dead. Oops, wrong scene. Scene 5. Oh, yes. This was designed to be spliced into a previous scene. But of course, it didn't work that way, did it? No, why would it do that? So, of course, instead of having this spliced into the other scene to give you a different angle as it runs around and making an absolute cacophony, because Clockwork locomotives are surprisingly loud, you just get to see it go around in a circle again. And you know what? Because you've already seen this, let's cut to scene 5, which was a set-up bit of a sillier scene. Back onto my actual layout. Yes, you get to see the awkward camera as I have the arm over it to turn it on. Otherwise it'll wiggle the camera out of shot. And there she goes, around the other loop. But, and I'm setting old yellow with some of my old Clockwork train coaches. Then we go to scene 6. Oh look, the little yellow train has stopped at the station. As the goods train thunders past. As the goods train thunders past. Oh look, the yellow train thinks, what am I going to do now? I must leave this station, of course. Well, I can't turn it on without putting my hand in shot, so out comes another Clockwork locomotive to give it a shove. Now, because that scene did, and then I sort of helped it off screen because I didn't actually capture that right. Then, the final scene. I just thought, oh, let's have it go around the layout. This is awkward. I'm embarrassed I made this, but I want to preserve this footage. Yes, this really was a thing, and it probably wasn't any better. Was it? If I edited this down to a neat 5 minutes, probably, it probably would still be bloody awful, and just I'm so embarrassed. Like, I thought OBS had editing features. It does not. You basically, if you want to have it can show clips like this, like pre-recorded clips. The problem is you have to have previously edited those pre-recorded clips for it to work in OBS. And because this isn't just one long take, because I don't have the memory in my entire I don't know what to call it. Memory in my memory card? SD card? That's what they're called, SD cards. I didn't have the memory in that to just film this in one uninterrupted take, because there was a bit of setup involved in each of the between shots, of course. And it was like, I'm not going to be doing this video editing malarkey again. I don't like... Windows doesn't come with free editing software anymore, which is really quite problematic, because OBS doesn't do it. YouTube requires it to be in one long video anyway, because you can only upload one video at a time as far as I'm aware. You can crop bits of that scene, but I can't exactly... If I've got the video, I need to splice together different clips. This is how you do filming. Yes, we're going back and watching it go round again, because this has got awkward. No, I will probably never repeat this. I'm ashamed I put this out. That's the end of this quote-unquote stream. I don't think anyone watched. I don't think anyone will watch. I kind of hope people just... No. I feel like one person might watch this, give up within the first 5 seconds, and then just say no. Because the quality is from 2012. I'm not kidding here, it really is. This is where my camera comes from. I have one camera, this is the same camera I take photos with. It's from 2012, it was probably made before then. And, yeah, that's the end of this awkwardness. And I regret ever making this.